What's up, fellow filmmaking friends? Josh here with Running Scared Motion Pictures, and I'm beyond excited because today with me I have...
Hi everyone, I'm Lindsey DeLand. I'm an actress / writer / filmmaker. I'm really excited to be here, Josh.
I'm glad to have you on, Lindsey. We've talked about you quite a few times in the previous episodes, so...
I appreciate the shout outs.
Well, you're working hard out there, and again, like for me, it's important to shout out the people that are working hard, and you are certainly one of them.
Thanks.
Let's start off with the basics here. What got you into the arts?
Well, I did a lot of stage acting before I ever went into film work. I've been doing stage work since probably 5th grade, I want to say. I started doing community theater, and I just really got addicted to acting. And in high school, the first film I ever did was with you, was a short film,
Mm-hmm.
Are You Alone in the House? And ever since then, I got like the film bug, and I've been wanting to do more and more since.
Nice. Well, you've done quite a bit since we've done that first project. You've been on a tear, and I got to tell you right now, like normally I wait till the end of the episode to kind of like say all the good things, but like you've improved so much. Like you really have. Like the car scene in the last short that we did together.
I'm not a witch, Harper. I'm pretty sure you're not either. But I do know that we don't have anything in our power to do something like that. There's an address. It's the only one in the book. It has to be Oliver's house. May, drive!
You blew out of the park. Like there's so many good scenes, but it's just like the growth I've seen in you has been tremendous. And it's like, that's not just from like, you do get better from like showing up to projects and working on them, but it seems like you've got to be doing extra. Like you've got to be putting in extra work behind just the projects to improve as much as you have. So kudos to you on that.
I really appreciate that. Thank you. I mean, like, just meeting you was totally by chance. I met you through my amazing teacher, Mr. Forney, Stephen Forney, shout out.
Which, hold on one second. I'm going to actually, they have a podcast. They do the Springfield Thunderbirds, yes. I believe. So I'm going to insert some clips now. If you see this, go on over and check that out. They do a great job. They put a lot of effort into it. And if you're into hockey, check it out. Yeah,
he's like my mentor. He's basically the reason why I got into film work and really helped me hone in my skills, you know, on and off camera, because he's a great host personality, and he really helped me fine tune my stuff.
Yeah, well, he knew one of my friends, and he was working on some projects and stuff, so that's how he knew about me. He reached out and was like, hey, you know, I got this film student that's like, or this student that is very interested in film. You want to show her the ropes and show her some things? I'm like, yeah, sure, why not?
Might I suggest one thing? Never invite someone who's never met you alone to your basement downstairs.
This is the headquarters. I know it's weird, but this is the headquarters.
And I was like, you know what, f*** it, we ball. And I just came here on a whim. It's like, oh wow, this is really nice. And you're like, you're lucky that I am actually like a filmmaker and a good guy, because you do not just go into random people's basements.
In the last podcast with Kayla, we definitely talked about safety and being aware out there, because again, film, great industry, but you got to be careful.
You do. And I think I've gotten a lot careful since then, doing a lot more background checks. So I was like, oh, this guy seems cool. We had like one phone call beforehand too, and I was like, oh yeah, I know I'm working with this guy. So yeah, it's really cool how you just meet people and like things come out of it, and you never know where one opportunity might lead to another.
Mm-hmm. Not to jump too far ahead, but speaking of meeting people, tomorrow night, we're actually, I believe you said you're going too, right?
I'm going to be there.
East Hampton Film Festival, they're doing another filmmakers meetup from 7 to 9, I believe, at the East Hampton
Brewing? Nope, I'm going to mess
I'm going to plug it here. I feel bad that I don't remember what it's called. Well, I don't drink at all. Like, I'm not a brewery person,
either.
so
I'm
like
not of drinking age. So,
but they offer us this great spot to go and like meet other creative people. We went last month. I saw you there.
It was so cool.
Yeah, I was talking to 2 interesting people. One was an actor. One did a little bit of writing and stuff. We exchanged some information, added each other on Instagram and stuff. So already made a few connections. Kind of hoping to see them again. So.
Yeah, it's a great way to connect, and I got to like plug my new film coming out with a lot of people, which was really cool, and just meet a lot of directors, actors, editors, like you name it, they were there. So
yeah,
it's really cool.
I would normally let you talk a little bit more about the beginnings, but honestly, I think Dark Places is kind of cool to just jump right into, right?
Yeah.
You've got a movie on Tubi, or you're part of a movie that's on Tubi that got over 200,000 views already.
Yeah. It's still climbing too, and Gino keeps texting me the numbers. I'm like giddy. I'm like a little kid again. I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. I fangirl over my own film, and a lot of people's like, oh, I hate watching myself on TV, but like with this film, I'm like, oh, I'm replaying it like over and over again, like reminiscing how cool this opportunity was. I got to play like a dream character. This character, Natalie Parker, she was so cool to be able to play, and I just had a lot of fun with it. So yeah, check it out. Dark Places, streaming on Tubi for free. Also, I think it's on Fossum as well, and it's going to be coming to Amazon Prime and hopefully Apple TV as well.
Nice. I don't know Gino. I haven't met him yet, but he's definitely out there putting in the work. He's been releasing quite a few things recently.
Yeah, he's been releasing stuff since I was like little. I mean, I've seen his stuff on IMDb, and he's a great director to work with. I hope you guys get to meet someday. Like,
yes,
get to collab, because you both are really awesome filmmakers. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great guy. Gino McGahee, plug him as well. But yeah, I just can't wait to see what comes next with that film company.
So that was a full feature film that you worked in. Let's start with this. So all I'm kind of looking for here is reference. I'm going to ask you about what it was like working on the short film and then how it was different working on the feature film. But let's start with the short film first.
Short film. Well, I think I went into that with a much different mindset with the feature film, because I had like no film experience going into that. I was really nervous. I was scared. Also, I had written it, so it was a lot different than the feature film, which I had no hand in the writing. And I think I was just like so scared, so tentative to really like try new things with acting. And so you look at my performance in that and my performance in Dark Places, and they're very, very different. I think I've grown a lot as an actress since then. And also, we filmed that in a day, too. Dark Places, we filmed over the course of a month, every single weekend. So it was a lot more time on set, a lot more time with the character, and a lot more time with my castmates to really develop that story.
You have a co-star, Jake, I believe his real name is. He's improved so much. I've seen him in a few things that he was in with you back in the day, and he's continued to work with you, and his performance too. I mean, I haven't met him yet. I hope to someday, but I've just watched him too, and I'm like, wow, like again, I see you two growing a lot together. Yeah,
he's great. He's a great co-star. I mean, we've got to be co-stars on 2 different films, and now we're doing theater together as well. With Brick Road Productions as well. They do great dinner theater, great immersive theater. So I'm writing plays for them as well now. And he's going to be in the next one with me. So it's great to have like people that you know well and you work with well, and you continue to work with them in projects.
I think, again, the more creative people you meet, I think the better. Everybody's got their own things that they're good at, their own styles, their own tones. And I think you can learn a lot from people out there, just whether it's acting side by side with them or just being creative with them in general.
Absolutely. I think even if you grow older as a filmmaker, you can always learn new things. That's what I see with a lot of filmmakers who get stuck in their ways and they don't think they have any room to grow. But that's farther from the truth. You could be still learning at 50, still learning new things. And I think that's in the film industry, you really need to stay open to that. Like, I'm constantly like taking advice, taking criticism, and like channeling that, like, okay, this is what I need to do next time. This is what I want to work on. And I think that's just critical to being successful in the film industry.
I'm really excited to finish up the project we've been working on. I've got a flashback that I have to shoot, and I've really been struggling to find cast to like fill that out, but I'm going to do a little bit of a rewrite, and I've got 2 people that I'm going to use that actually play your parents. So yes. I'm going to finish that up, and then we'll get that project done. Right now, there's a few projects I'm still juggling, but I'm excited to like, again, see what happens next. I think everybody that I've had on right now, and so many people just in this area in general, like they're just doing really cool things right now. And I'm excited to like see it and highlight some of them. So again, I've mentioned it before, but like if you want to come on the podcast, if you've got an interesting project that's coming out, you're an actor, you're a writer, whatever it be, I'd love to have you on so we can just kind of talk and let people know you. Mentioned before, this is the round where it's kind of like I'm getting some eyes on people. The next once we get some of these podcasts done, I'm going to focus on trying to get a little bit more detailed about like into the arts. Like we'll have episodes where it's like, okay, here's writing. Let's get better at writing. And we'll go down that. But for right now, it's just a nice general way to kind of get to meet people, because it's like when you're on set, you're spending a lot of time with people. You want to know who you're working with, right?
Absolutely. Like I love like doing deep dives of people, like see Insta, like see other projects they've worked on. And it's so funny because I was like just talking on set with someone the other day on Riley's film, Izo. I could be butchering that name. Sorry, Riley. But I was like, oh, you know this person. And then someone from like a childhood friend came on set. I was like, oh, I didn't know you knew him. And it's like crazy how everyone's like interconnected, especially locally. And it's like, huh, you never know. Who knows who?
And what's cool is like it comes back too. So it might not matter right now, but in a few years, like you might make a connection that could mean something. I'm hoping to do some projects with Michael Norman coming up. We worked together in the past, and he sent me a short that I'm excited to talk to him about. I'm going to talk to him about it at the Filmmaker meetup tomorrow. So that'll be really cool. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. You mentioned you act, filmmake, you do a few things. What is your main focus right now? What are you putting the majority of your effort into?
Right now, acting. I've sent in a ton of different auditions, and I have a couple different projects lined up. I won't get into too much yet. Some of them are confirmed, some of them not. But just to keep going, like not stop grinding, just keep sending in those tapes. Because like, you know, as actresses know, you're going to get a lot more no's than you are yeses, and you just got to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also been doing a lot of writing recently. I love screenwriting, and I'm working on a feature film to hopefully show to someone's like, hey, would you be interested in possibly, you know, making this a reality? So I'm in the works with a really cool script. It's kind of rooted in Greek mythology and Greek tragedy. So I think that could be really cool. So who knows where that's going to go.
Nice. No, that's exciting. Again, it's all about just pushing yourself and seeing where you can go with the arts.
Like, even if it doesn't go anywhere, it's great practice. It's good to just keep writing, keep being creative, because the moment you stop being creative is when you lose that spark, I think.
Mm-hmm. So to stay sharp on your acting, what do you do? Is it mainly you're just jumping on projects and working on those, or?
A bit of everything. So I jump on projects. I'll even just take a TV show that I like and really just hone in on the actors in them and see what techniques they bring and like try to pinpoint people's performances and stuff. Like I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos on like acting and stuff. I take acting classes at Westfield State, learning about even the method, which that's a little pretentious here and there, but there's some truth to it. But it's just really fun to kind of just keep analyzing acting and to keep bettering my performance each time. Yeah.
The first thing I noticed when we worked on your short film, like right off the beginning, like you're somebody that you were able to throw yourself 100% of yourself into your character. And I think that's what stops a lot of people from getting good at acting. They're afraid to like truly let go. Mm-hmm. It's like there's people in the room, there's lights, and to like yell or get yourself worked up. Like it's like a vulnerable thing. And instantly you walked in and you were just able to do it. Like you were so serious about like getting good and wanting to like make this happen and get your short done. So I thought that was cool to see. Was that real confidence? Were you really nervous? Like what were you feeling when you walked in? Like when we press record the first time and you knew like that was your first take, like what were you thinking?
At first I was like, don't f this up. But with every character, I really try to immerse myself in the role. You think of the consequences. You think of like, okay, what is my character doing in this moment? And what are the environment they are in? You think about the environment. You think about the consequences of their actions. You think about every little thing, and you just kind of put yourself into that world. But you also want to have one hand on the control. Like you don't want to be so fully into it where you lose yourself, if that makes sense. So I've always tried to do that. And I think since I've kind of learned what that technique is through my acting classes, through my experience, I've been able to get better and better at it and not pay attention to all the lights, the cameras, and the pressure to perform. You let go of that pressure to perform and you just put yourself into that character and you just focus on your situation. That's kind of how I see it.
Wow, that was honestly a great answer. That was really insightful. That was a lot to take in and a lot of good information there. You obviously didn't just jump to that point. I know you had mentioned some like YouTube videos and stuff, but like what do you think was the thing that really helped you the most? Was it truly just the experience, or was there like a medium that you found where you're like, oh, you know what, this is where I grew from fast?
I think it was just getting more comfortable in front of the camera, to feeling less of that pressure to perform and being able to apply what I've learned in class with YouTube videos and all that. 'Cause I think in the back of my head, I always did want to immerse myself into those roles, but felt anxiety, felt pressure, and I couldn't quite get there. But since then, I felt less and less nervous walking onto sets, and that's really helped. Also, shout out Eric Parness, my acting professor. He's great. He's really helped me, especially all this terminology I'm using is like come a lot from him. So he's really helped me hone in on my skills.
When you look for projects now, you've done a few, you have a few under your belt. Is there anything that you stay away from? Is there anything that you want to do more right now?
Right now, again, I always really love horror, but I'm like willing to branch out. I really want to try some like period pieces. I think would be really cool. Some fantasy. I did a rom-com once, but I'd like to do it again possibly because I thought that was really fun. And it was something I had never done before because usually I do like thrillers, dramas, horror strictly. And like the first time I'd been able to play like in a rom-com, I was like, oh, this is really fun. Like I grew up watching like Adam Sandler movies and stuff. So to be in like a romantic comedy was really cool.
Yeah. I don't know if I said this on the podcast yet, but one of my favorite movies, probably top 5, is P.S. I Love You. Not even gonna lie, like me and my wife watch it. It's phenomenal. It's so well acted. It's just so well done. It's one that we can go back to. Like I'd say we probably watch it like, I want to say once a year, but in all seriousness, it's probably once every few years. Time just goes by so fast. It seems like it's probably once a year. Actually, speaking of movies, what movies have inspired you? Is there anything out there you're like, man, that's like, I saw that and I was like, I want to do this.
So I really got to live my horror girl dream. Scream is what really got me into horror. And with Dark Places, I really felt like it kind of embodied a lot of the elements that make Scream, you know, as iconic as it is. So I really got to play like that kind of role in a horror film that I've always wanted to play. And it was really a dream come true. Scream's a huge inspiration. Oh, God, there's so many horror films that I love. I like a lot of psychological horror as well, like Midsommar. Like I know you love Hereditary.
I sure do.
I also really love Get Out as well. Jordan Peele movies are awesome. So, I mean, just to play those kind of roles, those tropes that you grow up watching is really surreal.
And you may be one of the biggest Supernatural fans on the planet too.
Supernatural is I thank you for bringing that up because I was like, should I mention Supernatural? Yeah, I should. I mean, I'm wearing Dean Winchester's necklace right now. I always keep it it with me. But Supernatural's been a huge inspiration. I go to the cons every year. But yeah, no, it's just the genre that really helped me become a confident person, I feel like. Because I used to be a wimp as a kid. I stayed away from horror. And then like once I got into my teens, I was like, oh, this is the best thing ever. I love this. So yeah.
I've kind of always been a horror fan, I feel like. I mean, I remember for me growing up, like it was like the original Freddy Krueger. I saw The Exorcist pretty early on in that movie. Just again, like I don't know, it did something different to me that like a lot of movies haven't. Again, like you care about the family and what's going on. And it's like, I think it's truly terrifying even to today. Like if you watch, I think it still holds up. And we're to a point though where it's like so much horror has been just done. I'm to the point where I want to see something different, something exciting. This short film that we worked on together, like not that it's the most groundbreaking thing, but like honestly, like it really did have a lot of supernatural like elements in it. And it was funny because I remember when I sat down to like work on a project, I was like, I want to work on something, but I want to make something that I just know I can get done. And you were the first person that popped into my mind for like, if I reach out and I'm like, hey, do you want to act? They're going to say yes. And are they going to show up? I was like, Lindsey.
Oh yeah.
So like I wrote the character like for you, but I still did make you audition though, because I think it's important like to take the time to send in tapes and stuff and get that experience. And I'll be honest, you sent in a phenomenal audition tape. You had an outfit on, like you fit the part for it. Like you had a couple different angles, like you had worked things out like really well. Like you would put a lot of effort into that. And that's something I think is very important. If you're new and you're like auditioning, I'm not saying you have to do like the craziest things ever, but I'll tell you, the more effort you put into as a director, like I noticed it right off the bat. And like, honestly, for me too, I really appreciate it because you had worked on a project with me before and like, you probably knew like you had it in the bag, but like you still put in so much effort. So I really appreciated that.
I did not think I had it in the bag. I didn't, honestly. Because like in my head, I'm like, no matter what, I always give 100% for my auditions. Like I used to make a lot of TikTok videos. So like I knew how to like get the angles right and kind of play with the editing. Like I always use CapCut for my auditions because it's like easy to splice things together. And I'm always like trying to make my audition tapes better. Like I know you said, like pause a little bit, like don't rush it, which is very, very important. And you really want like to just take the time to really feel out the character and to get it right. Even if you have to do like 10 different takes, which I did. You just want to like get it down so that you get it right.
Yeah. I'm actually glad you brought that up. I didn't want to like throw it out,
No.
but like the one critique I had for you in your audition tape was it was cut really nice, but there just wasn't a lot of breathing time. And that's what I would say to somebody that's like submitting, you know, for their first few times too. Like, I'm not saying leave a ton of space. I don't want a ton of dead air where I don't know what I'm seeing or watching, but like acting isn't just delivering lines. A lot of it is expressions, it's mannerisms and stuff. So it's like, take that pause, give a look, like let it settle in before you deliver the lines, and like let some of that time, I think, settle a little bit more, but don't overdo it. But you have to leave some of it because we need to see those things as well. So that's probably the best advice I can give. You know, put in the effort, because again, like for me, the effort matters. If you're reading clearly off the page, I send out like 4 lines. Like it's not a lot. It's not a lot. If you're reading off the page, I'm probably not even going to get to the end of it. You put a little bit of effort, and even if I don't have a part for you now, and something comes up down the road, like I'll remember people that put in the effort because they're the people that I want to work with.
Yeah. So I actually just sent in another audition tape today. I took like the whole day to film it. I added some extra stuff. I spliced it together. I got dressed up in a suit and everything. It's like you want to be able to put the quality into it. Like I know a lot of things. Like sometimes you have to audition for stuff. Sometimes you get offered roles. It really depends on what you're going for. Like I've been offered some roles just like, hey, I saw your resume, like boom. But you always need to make sure that you have a good audition in your arsenal.
Well, and that's the thing too, like if you're an actor, like you should be able to, I don't want to say turn on a dime and like be able to, you know, just make something great like that, but like keep your skills sharp, you know, practice when you're not just working on a project. So that way, when an opportunity does come up, you're just ready to go and you feel good. You know, KT, I had her on the podcast and she had talked about, you know, even just do TikTok, get yourself in front of the camera because it will make you more comfortable, you know, when you're in an audition that matters more. So I think that was great advice.
Like I have to emphasize the importance of social media. As much as it like kind of sucks that you have to be on social media in the film industry, it is very important to have some sort of presence on there because that's the only way you're going to really connect with people is through Facebook, through Instagram, through TikTok, learning to like post a lot, like at least once a week, I like to say. It's very important for people to see you, to people to reach out, for people to reach out to you. And that's why I think I've been posting a lot recently in the past few years than I ever had, especially on Instagram. But yeah, the more people that see you, the more potential opportunities you can get.
Yeah. And I will say thank you because I think for the last month, you were the top fan for Running Scared for like likes and stuff. And eat my mom out. Like that doesn't normally happen. Like that's, she's normally up there. But you were sharing a lot, you were commenting a lot. And I appreciate that because again, like not that I ever think that this is going to get big. Like that's not why I want to do this, but I want to get as much exposure because again, like if this grows, more people are going to get to see the talent in the area. Like, you know, so it's like these episodes probably we shoot for an hour and then it's about 5 hours of editing. So about 6 hours. So, you know, I put the effort in. But again, I want to provide something for the community that allows us to like, I don't know, just get to know each other a little bit better. Yeah. And I don't know if I'm going to do this. The idea that I'm kicking around in my head is when we go to the meetup tomorrow, I'd almost love to give like anybody that wants like 2 quick minutes. Who are you? What do you do? And then I could make a little piece that's like, hi, I'm such and such. I run audio. I do this. I do that. And like pretty much anybody that shows up the day. So I might run it by Chris and see what he says. It's kind of noisy in there, but I think I can make something work. Yeah. And it might be cool to just have like a little like Rolodex of people and what they do.
I think that'd be really cool. I think there's a lot of people, especially at those meetups, that really want to get like their voice out there. So I think that could be really beneficial. Also, like I think we mentioned this last time actually at the Filmmaker meetup. It's so important to like support your fellow filmmakers, your fellow actors. That's why I'm always liking, commenting. Like I try to like raise people up. That's what you want to do in the film industry. You want to support everyone because there's a lot of negativity. There really is. And it sucks. But you don't want to be the person that gets sucked into that. Mm-hmm. You want to be the person that rises above it and stays positive no matter what.
You know, it's not just filmmaking. No matter what you do in the world, there's
Yeah.
people that are just like negative clouds. And again, you don't have to fall into that energy. I think I've had really good luck for the most part on set. I mean, people's energies like going into it's usually pretty good. I mean, when you get towards like the last few nights or like, you know, late into a shooting day, people can change because they get tired and things happen. But for the most part, I've been fairly lucky like that. But no, I definitely hear what you're saying. You had mentioned the filmmaking meetup. Was that the first one that you had went to?
Yes.
Was it what you thought it was going to be like? Talk a little bit about the meetup.
It was really nice. I think sometimes it can be hard to like just talk with everyone because like in my head it's like, oh, I'm going to talk to each person, but then you kind of get like caught up like with these great conversations with people, but then you're like, oh, I guess next meetup I'll try to meet more people and stuff. I don't know why. It's like they should have like speed dating, but for filmmakers, and you just like switch from like chair to chair and like talk with people for like 5 minutes. But yeah, other than that, I thought it was really awesome. A great little spot too. And so many amazing people in the film industry were there.
Yeah, I was talking to a lot of great people, and you know, Chris, he jumped on, he gave his little speech and stuff, and it was just cool that he organized that. And we had talked to him. I don't know if he was planning on doing it as often, but now don't quote me on this, I don't know, but I think he's going to try to do it every month if I'm not mistaken. So, you know, it would be cool. It's just a way to like check in with people. And we had mentioned, man, I'm talking probably way ahead of where things are right now. So when Chris sees this, he's going to be like, man, yeah, Josh, he wrote some checks that I got to cash now. But one of the things we had talked about that could actually be really amazing is like, not that we have a ton of time, but from 7 to 9, it gives us a couple hours. The first hour, how cool would it be if we could have like even a laptop or TV projector, whatever set up, and like we could play projects that we're working on ahead of time, and anybody that wants to be part of like the checking it out and giving feedback process, like where else could you go, show your project off, no matter what stage it's in? Like people understand, like especially the creatives, it doesn't have to be finished for us to understand like if the score is not perfect, if the color is not great, if all the scenes aren't even together, but then to have a room full of creative people that see things in a completely different light, be able to give you feedback.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy to me. I don't know where you could get that experience anywhere. So if we could make something like that happen, I think that could be really cool and really unique. But, you know, Chris is still pushing the envelope. He's trying to give us a cool space to create and connect. So I appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. I mean, even people just like writing, because I know as a writer myself, I love to get feedback on my writing, to give like, here's my synopsis of my script I'm writing, and like just to get good feedback and stuff would be really amazing.
I think so too. Yeah, no, for sure. You had mentioned you've got some projects coming up, and I know sometimes we can't talk about things that we're working on, but is there anything that you can talk about or that you're excited about?
I brought it up a little bit earlier, but Riley's project I'm really excited about. We did some filming was it last weekend? A few days ago, which is really cool. I love doing stunt work and fight choreography in movies, and I definitely want to do a lot more of that. I think Kayla also mentioned that she wanted to do more action stuff, and I totally agree. It's so much fun holding a weapon in your hand and getting to fight people. I don't know why. It just makes me feel really good inside. Yeah, it was so much fun. I got to fight a childhood friend of mine who I didn't even know was going to be on set that day. So yeah, Izo, I get to play a psycho killer basically. So
I saw the pictures you just posted on Instagram. It's kind of like the postery pictures with they looked really good.
Riley went all out on that. It's so cool. I was like, dude, he literally made that in like 5 minutes. I'm like, how did you, like, whoa. Like he just, already had it ready to go. And I was like, damn, that's really impressive. So he's such a great filmmaker, and he's got so many more years ahead of him. Like he's so young and he's already doing all of this, and he's got a lot of potential, I think.
Well, it was funny when I was editing his video together from the podcast, I go on people's Instagrams and their YouTubes, and I didn't realize how many projects you had already worked on with him. I mean, yes. I just kept finding you in like everything. Yeah. And I was like, oh, wow.
He would already have it cast, and he knew I was doing other stuff, but he'd be like, hey, do you want to play like a zombie for a day? I'm like, hell yeah. Like, I'm so down. So yeah, I was in his I think, oh God, Mercy, Queen of the Undead. That's what it's called. I did the comedy thing with him as well. That was already a few years ago. Oh my gosh. But yeah, it was so cool working for him. I love his way of thinking and his way of filmmaking.
Nice.
Cool. And it's right on campus too. So
yeah,
it's very, very local.
So you're a couple years into this, so I don't want to insult you by saying like you're new now like that. But as somebody who's newer into acting, how is it different than you thought it was going to be when you first got into it?
What do you mean by like different?
Like, what was your expectations? I mean, you think about showing up on set and what it's going to be like. Are the days longer? Are the takes harder? Like, just what's been your overall experience? Is it maybe it is exactly what you imagined, but is it different?
I mean, as a kid, I really thought like it was just, oh wow, it's all fame and glory, like, that sort of thing. As a kid, you really have no idea what you're getting into later down the road. But I think it's very different for each project. I've had very, very different experiences with each film I've been a part of. Like, I've had films where I'm out at midnight covered in corn syrup blood with fake prosthetic teeth in my mouth, like dying of like sweat and all that. But I've also had films where it's like, oh, okay, we wrapped in like 30 minutes. Cool. Like, that was easy. Like, that was a breeze. So it's really different based off who's doing the film, what the conditions are, and what role you're playing. But yeah, I think, as a kid, you just think it's like, oh, you just filmed the movie. It's like easy peasy. And then it's like out and the whole world sees it. No.
It's a lot more work.
It's a lot more work than that. Yeah.
I think we had mentioned with Chris, like, I mean, realistically, like, just Crafty alone on any big budget film has more people involved than like most of our entire filmographies, like everything, every project we worked on, Yeah.
It's insane. You watch credits for all these blockbuster movies. They go on for at least 5 minutes, and then usually it's like, oh, we have this ragtag gang of our little crew here to make this cool short film. And it's like, yeah, it's so much different, but also I think it might be more fun sometimes, like depending on what you prefer. Like, it's so much more intimate. It's so much more of like you get to connect really with everyone. Like, if you're on a set and you got hundreds and hundreds of people, like, I don't know who this person is. I don't know who this person is. So I kind of like that, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll be on a set like that. Who knows? Knock on wood.
Right? You'll get there if you keep putting in the effort you've been putting in. That's for sure. I mean, again, you're just a lot of people don't want to work for things. They just want to show up and they want to put in the bare minimum effort. But the people that really do work and grind towards it, I mean, you notice it, and we see it in your performance, like time and time again. Every time you hit the screen, I'm like, improvement. Thanks. So
yeah, I really try to hone in on the characters, do like analysis of them, because everyone's like, oh, it's just memorizing your lines and saying it. I was like, no, it's really not. Yeah, memorization's a bitch, but like, there's so many other things that people don't even consider when it comes to playing a role.
I don't know what it is, I can't tell you, but like, I'll watch something and there's times where it's like, I can just see it clear as day. It's like you memorized a line and you're saying it. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why. It's like, I don't want to say that they're bad actors, but when I'm pulled in, I never notice that. But when it's something off sometimes, my wife and I just watched a show. I don't want to name it because I'm not trying to like badmouth anything. No, like it was, I watched the whole thing and like the lead character, I just like, every time she delivered a line, I was like, oh my God, like it's terrible. Some people, and I'm not even saying she was a bad actress. It's just like, it just wasn't believable for me. I could just see it. So it's like, there's so much that goes into acting. There's so much little nuance. I think what's funny is you get a lot of like theater people that come over that want to try acting first. And it's tough because yes, theater is certainly similar. You're acting, but like
way different.
Theater is big and grand and everything's over the top. Like I'll tell you, like 9 out of 10 times I feel like if I get like an audition from somebody, I can like, oh yeah, that's the theater kid. Like you just know, and that's, I'm not trying to be like mean, but like they just, until you develop to learn how to tone it down, like in film, less is more. You have to let everything really show. In theater, you spend your whole career like trying to let somebody way back there see your movements and your emotions. So I completely understand why, but
it took me forever to make that adjustment. And I think there's still some times I'm like, oh, that's theater mode. I need to switch back. But also I think theater gives you so much experience and it really helps you with performance anxiety, because I feel like it's so much more scary to go up on a stage with hundreds of people watching you, lights blaring, than like you're just on a set. There's a camera, a few people standing around, and then like that's pretty much it. So
you make a mistake, you do it again.
Do it again. You don't get that in theater. You make a mistake, everyone's screwed.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, it's cool to kind of like, you're able to pinpoint that.
Nice. One of the things that I love to ask people when they come on the show is if there was somebody new and thinking about getting into the craft, what advice would you have for them? Like, what have you learned early on?
Stay positive. It can be really disheartening to like hear a lot of rejection and a lot of no's. to also not compare yourself to other people, because you're on your own journey. And it's hard when you're on social media a lot and you're seeing so many other actors your age doing so much better, like they have more followers, they've been in more projects. Everyone's at their own journey and goes at their own pace, and you need to focus on yourself and not other people, if that makes sense.
No, it does. It does a lot. Kayla brought up the social media thing too, and it breaks my heart because I'm in social media and I understand it, but I didn't always have it, so it doesn't hit me the same. But to hear that it's affecting like the younger generation like as much as it is, and the thing that sucks is like social media is such nonsense. I think it's funny. I watched a video not too long ago that had like when people thought TikTok was closing down, like a bunch of like fitness influencers and stuff were like, yeah, I don't even exercise. Like they were just selling it out because they thought it was like done. And so it's like you spend all this time like trying to live up to somebody else, and then you find out they bought their views. That's like it's all fake, it's like it doesn't matter. Yeah. Again, that's the stuff I can't control, the outside. Like, you want to be informed, you want to pay attention to the world, but like I just think that our small circle is like so important. It's again, every time we've been on set, I just feel like it's gone smooth, it's gone good, like everybody's had fun, and it's like that's what I always want to cultivate, like those times, those efforts, those memories, and the more times that we can do that, the better. So like that's really what I'm after these days, And
also, if you're not having fun, don't do it. It's for me, if I'm not having fun with a project, if I don't find it fulfilling in some way, it's like, oh, well, I'm not going to work with this person, I'm not going to do this again. I'm in it because this is what I love to do. And it makes me really happy. Like, I get so giddy still. Every time I'm on a film set, I'm like, oh my God, I'm on a film set. I'm shooting a movie today. Like, this is so cool. And if it's ever not like that, then I'm going to stop because this is what I love to do. And as long as it's fun, I'm going to keep doing it.
What are some actors or actresses that have inspired you?
Jeez. I don't know. I told you I'm a big Supernatural fan, and so I follow a lot of the actors from there, and they have a lot of inspiring stories. Jensen Ackles, he's a very good role model. He's always so modest and humble, like even with his fans. He's like a really all-around great guy, and he uses his platform for really good. Same with the other two co-stars in Supernatural, Jared Padalecki and Misha Collins. They use their platform for really good things, especially Jared. He has this slogan, always keep fighting. And I thought that's always so inspirational to me, to just always keep going no matter what, because, you're you and you should always shine bright, I guess. That's like kind of part of his slogan thing. So I thought that was always really cool and really inspirational.
No, I like that a lot. If you were able to work on your dream project, what would that be?
This is going to sound really stupid, and I know this will never be able to happen.
First of all, you stop that negativity right there. You never say never. You don't know.
No, because McKenna Grace just got the role. I've always wanted to play Daphne and Scooby-Doo.
Okay, all right, well.
But specifically, I really want to do like more action stuff as well. Marvel and Star Wars has always been a huge thing, and just if I get to be in one of those movies someday, that would be like a dream come true. If I get to play a Jedi, like if I get my own lightsaber, which would be blue, by the way, my lightsaber color is blue. I would never be able to like shut up about it. I'd be so annoying. I'd be like, hey guys, guess what? I'm in a Star Wars movie. So yeah, I think that would be a dream role to have at some point.
That's awesome. You are a big Star Wars fan. You've done some cosplay in it too, right?
Yes, I love cosplay so much. There's so many great cons too. People who love acting, even, I think they should go to Comic-Cons because you can connect, you could network at these events as well. Filmmakers go to them all the time, and you can meet other actors who can like help inspire you to chase your dreams.
I think it's just a different way to get exposed to a different type of art too that can be inspiring for whatever you're trying to do as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, I love dressing up as other people. I've been dressing in costumes since I was a kid, so I plan to continue to do that.
That's awesome. Well, I'm sure that probably helps you feel more comfortable acting on set too.
I love when I get on set and I get to wear a cool costume. Like, most of the time I bring my own wardrobe and stuff, but oh my God, for Riley's film, I got like all my hair and makeup done. It was so cool. I've never worn, they were like these space buns I got to wear. And I was like, oh, this is so cool. Even Riley, he made a comment. He's like, yeah, every film you've ever been in, no one ever does anything with your hair. And I'm like, yeah, I just brush it. I come in, they're like, that's good. So it was cool to have that done.
That's awesome. Riley's been putting in effort. He really has. I'm proud of that kid. He's grinding. I can't wait to see this film.
I'm so excited too. And Westfield State, we're having a Dark Places premiere next Thursday. So hopefully we're going to have some of the cast and crew. We're going to have my director come in. It's going to be like a whole campus-wide thing. So it's going to be fun.
Oh, that's awesome. That'll be awesome. Like, especially you got film students there and stuff, for them to get to see that and somebody's hard work pay off. That's
Absolutely.
cool.
And it's cool because we're doing like a Q&A panel too. So like people can like ask us about our experience and like learn like what we've learned on set and everything. So it's going to just be a really cool sharing experiences kind of event.
Yeah, no, that's, again, I think the networking is just so important for what we do. You just got to put yourself out there, let somebody know who you are. When I did this last project that we worked on, again, I mentioned I reached out to Kayla because I had remembered her from like a different time we interacted, and I was like, you know what, like she'd be perfect for it. I reached out and she wanted to do it. So that was a couple years later. Wow. It's, you just never know.
You do. Like, I swear, like the littlest things can lead to a domino effect. Like I do princess parties as like my side job. It's really fun, really rewarding. Something Royal Party Company, hire them. They're amazing. And it's really fun and rewarding. But without that, it led to a domino effect of like, oh, my coworker introduced me to Gino in X-Posy, and they're like, hey, would you like a role in this film? And that led to me getting the role in Dark Places. So it's like these domino effects, like you meet one person and that can lead to another connection and so on. And who knows, like you never know where a friendship might take you.
I think in this industry, it's, if you put out an application, you'd have 1 million people flood you. Same thing if you're trying to get a job right now. But I feel like, what are you going to do? You're going to go to your friends or somebody that you know and trust, and like, hey, who do you know that like will fill this spot or do this? Unfortunately, it sucks, but like that's just the way it goes. So it's like, again, you make those connections and you just never know. Yeah. I think that's kind of what's like beautiful about the arts here. It's like people just get pulled into other projects and stuff, and just it helps keep things exciting. For me now, I'm to the point where it's like I've done the same projects, not the same projects, but projects that I've wanted to do for so long. I really want to like step outside my comfort zone. I want to start working on other people's projects. I'm probably going to start doing more audio. I think there's not a lot of audio people around here. I've got all the gear. I know how to do it. I don't only know how to do it. I recorded bands for a while. Like I'm pretty slick with audio. So like I know I could do a great job at it. And I feel like it's important enough to where it's not like I'm going to be sitting in just background, not doing anything. I understand like that it'll matter. So it's something that it's kind of like, all right, like that's probably what I'll start expanding into a little bit. But again, like I'll meet people, I'll work with people, and then who knows what that's going to turn into in the future, So
it's so crucial, and so many people overlook it too. It's one of the aspects of film that gets sadly like overlooked a lot of the times. And good audio makes a good film.
Audio's everything. That's actually why I just bought this new recorder. It's got something called 32-bit float. You can't clip it, meaning you don't have to worry about setting the gain too much. You do a little bit, but just that alone, it's like, that's something that I used to stress about all the time because, again, we don't have an audio guy. I'd throw the mic up on a C-stand and we would just hope for the best, and it usually worked out. I think you've seen a lot of pretty much to where it is now, but the cut for the short that we have, and I've got a lot of audio work to do, but it's all going to be good. Like there's nothing in there that I'm going to be like,
dude,
oh, that's
the
true.
cut you already showed me looks fucking awesome. So like, I'm already impressed. Like, I love it.
I'm not even happy. I'm like, well, so the first two scenes are pretty much locked in for the most part, but everything after that's going to change based on the timing and the pacing of the flashbacks and stuff and how that goes in. And I'm excited to see how it all goes down, but it's like, I think it looks really good. I think some of the scenes are impressive. So I'm happy for you guys to be able to at least get it out there and like get it on your reel and stuff show people what you did. And again, like I said to Kayla, like I'm more excited to see like what I can do in the future and like, and bring, as far as like cinematography and filmmaking, like this project, first time back after a while, I'm happy with it, but already I'm just like, I'm so ready for that next one because I just know. And if I can get a few more people to jump on board and like help out with a few things, like I don't know. I'm excited.
Hey, I'm game.
Yeah, no,
whatever.
for sure.
You need someone to act? I'm your gal.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So we'll get back to acting. Exactly. Yeah, I get sidetracked here. I just talk so
No,
much.
I feel that like my brain goes a million miles a minute, and my mom's like, don't ramble on this, whatever you do.
You've done phenomenal. I'm proud of us both because we both can go off on
high five.
no, seriously. So so when you're on set, what's your favorite thing about being on set?
I don't know. I think it's just a combination of everything. It's like a surreal kind of feeling, just seeing the cameras, the lighting, everything in between. And you just get this feeling that's almost indescribable in your gut. And it's like, oh my God, I'm on set. And also that feeling that, like, wow, who knows where this could lead and the opportunities that could come from it. And you're doing what you love. So it just feels good.
Do you find yourself more nervous or more excited?
Nearsighted. I get like a combination of both. Like, especially, I think right before the takes is when I'm most nervous and like, okay, ready. I need to lock in. And I go through I do some breathing stuff. I like picture like in my head, okay, this is what the character is. This is the circumstances. And then I just do it without thinking almost. Like you need to think a little bit, but you also want to turn that part of your brain off because I have like a lot of anxiety. And over the years, I've tried to overcome it, especially when it comes to acting. And you just got to flip a switch in your brain and just lock the in.
So it's hard to get over like the initial hump, but is it like, you said you get like nervous and excited. Is it only that for the beginning, and as the day goes on, does it get easier, or do you pretty much stay that way for like each scene change? And
I think as the day goes on, it gets easier and I get, more excited, less nervous. It's always that first take that's the most nervous, the first day on set. Like when we were doing Dark Places, I noticed my acting day one was a little more tense than the other days. And I think it's just you got to get kind of acclimated to what you're doing. And I've gotten better with it, but it's just a challenge that I have to overcome.
That's got to be probably a big part of it. Kayla talked a lot about, being comfortable with the people around you and like just making sure, because again, you're vulnerable as an actor up there. You're doing something that's quite frankly unnatural. So it's like you're trying to do the best you can, and it takes a while. But I think I've seen it before where people just like, they'll just fall in and they click. Like all of a sudden they're dialed in. I'm a director where for me, I really try not to make people do a million takes. Like I've heard directors talk about, like, especially when you work with, not professional top tier people, like sometimes the takes don't get better. You only get people more flustered. They get more nervous.
Yeah, I think it really depends on the scene itself, because sometimes I will ask like, hey, can I do another take on that? And sometimes I've been told no, like, hey, it's fine. It looked fine. Let's move on. It was like, no, if I don't feel comfortable with it, like I know I can do better, I want another take. Like that's just how I am when it comes to that sort of thing. I don't like to do like, if we have like 20 takes of one thing, that's like, whoa, okay, that's a little too much. But there's some filmmakers is like, okay, one, let's move on. I was like, well, shouldn't we get another one for variation? Like, shouldn't, just in case? They're like, no, it's fine. Like, okay. But, you never know what you're going to get if you just let people kind of let loose a little bit. Like, I love when directors are like, okay, do something different with this one. Like, try out like some improv stuff. Like, and you never know where it can go. We've gotten a lot of cool moments. I know on Dark Places, actually, the final scene, I'm not going to spoil anything. Final scene, it's all improv with me and the camera and like that. That was all improvised. None of that was scripted. They're just like, hey, we're going to film you. Here's the lighting. Go and do what you want. And I think some of the best creative moments from actors can come from those sort of scenes, I think.
Do you like having that type of freedom, or do you like being a little bit more rigid and stuck to the page because it gives you more guidance?
For certain things, I think I definitely follow the script to a T. But then there's sometimes I'm like, and I always try to run it by my directors first. Like, hey, what if I tried this instead? Like, hey, what if I like swapped out this word with this? Or what if I did this motion? Sort of thing. And I like when directors like to collaborate with their actors and they're not just set in like a rigid thing, because you can get a lot of cool takes from those sort of things.
Nice. I want you to be completely honest when you answer this question.
Oh no.
How much different am I than a lot of the other people you're working with? Like, do I do things wildly different, or do you find that things are kind of just the way that they are?
I think there's some similarities. I think you're definitely different with the technical side of things of how you do it. I'm not going to get into like the nitty-gritties of how, but you're very very much of a perfectionist, which I am too. I'm the same exact way, and that's what I really love about your filmmaking style. Like, everything will look so neat and so nice. Yeah, I think that's just a huge difference. Like, some filmmakers are like, it is what it is, and you're like very like honed in on every single little detail, which is really cool because you get a really cool result with that.
It's tough. I try to not like stress people out with it too much. I know we had one scene where, I don't really want to ruin anything, but there's a couch scene where you're talking to another character, and like, we were trying to shoot it, and like the camera motion, the pan just wasn't right the first few times, and like, you guys were doing everything that you needed to do perfectly. Mm-hmm. And like, I always hate like failing on like the crew side. Not failing, I mean, that's not fair to say, but like, I won't let it pass until it's just right. Like, I don't even want to say it's a perfectionist, but it's like, I really care about the end result and stuff. Yeah. And like, there is a lot of directors where it's like, I'm not knocking this, but I feel like their end goal may be to just finish a film rather than to make the best thing that they can make. And again, I'm not knocking that, because I think, listen, if you want to make a movie, that's awesome. Zero like judgment, however you want to get there. But for me, if I'm going to put in the time and pull people into doing this, like, I want to make something that we're really going to be proud of, and we're going to sit back and we're going to be like, yeah, like, that was worth it, because it is a lot of time. I mean, we shot that entire weekend. Like, you were there for literally the majority of it, you know? But I think for the most part, we got the timing, done and stuff. And I'm happy enough with it. The flashbacks are going to tie things in. We'll be able to move on from that. And like I said, we've got a few projects coming up that I'm excited for. I'm just curious to see again, like, who I can meet, especially at this next filmmakers meetup tomorrow. I'm really hoping that, like, what I want to do is, like, some people that I meet there, I want to pull into my next project somehow. Yeah. So I don't even know who they are or what they do yet, but like,
you're roping them in no matter what.
Yeah. Right. It's like, but again, I think it's important to do that, because again, it's that community and stuff. So what you've talked about social media and how important it is to have that kind of presence. You go to the filmmaking meetups and you're in filmmaking school. Is it, or what is it? Is it?
I'm a communications major, minor in film. So like, I do some stuff with filmmaking, some stuff. I do a lot of like marketing classes too, which is really cool. But yeah, I kind of mix of everything.
Well, that's actually really cool, because it's like, it's hard to get any recognition out there, any traction, to just even find a group of people sometimes. But it sounds like you really like immerse yourself in a way where it's like, you weren't going to fail. You were going to find a path one way or another, because, you shot a lot of darts. So that's awesome.
I like to say it's like jack of all trades sort of thing. You want to get good in these fields, but the more things you can do when it comes to communications, film, everything else in between, you just want to like put yourself out there. Like, I do some broadcasting stuff too. Like, we have this show with our TV club called Club Connections, and like, I'll help like off camera and stuff, like run switchers and everything else. So like, it's really cool. The more skills that you can possess in your tool set, the more employable you will become, the more likely you'll be used on set in some way, shape, or form. So I just think it's really important for people to spread themselves out a little bit, and not just, it's good to hone in on one thing every once in a while, but not just strictly with their skills, Mm-hmm. I think they want to spread themselves out, make themselves very useful.
Yeah. We had talked about, you're going to focus on acting moving forward, but like, if this was your time to kind of like pitch the audience right now, like, what are you willing to do out there? What are you looking to do? Are you looking for projects right now? Like, take this time to kind of give your sales pitch here.
I've been focusing on acting a lot. Writing is something I really want. Like, I really want to write more screenplays. I'm writing a script right now for a theater company. So, and that show is going to be performed in this really cool haunted mansion called the S.K. Pierce Mansion. And oh my gosh, it's in like northern Massachusetts. It's really cool, but we're doing a murder mystery thing. So it was cool enough to write that. So yeah, I love writing. I really want to do some more stuff around set, like some camera work, some film work. I just love running around with a camera sometimes. So to learn more of like the technical aspects of that would be really cool. Just to get more experience, honestly, just in all fields when it comes to film would be really nice.
You know what I'm hearing? You need to write yourself like a found footage, like horror film, where like you could like run the camera and like do a little bit with it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
No. Okay. So I almost wasn't going to ask this question, because I don't want to be like negative towards anything, but like, I asked, what do you love most about being on set? What do you like the least about being on set?
Oh, well, I love it when we get fed. That's always good. If I'm hangry and I'm going on screen, I will not be giving as good of a performance as if I'm fed. So that's one thing. It's like, okay, one meal is fine. Like if you give me one meal through the day, I will be fine. But if you don't feed us at all and you're keeping us there for like a 12-hour day, no bueno. Another thing, I hate when things are rushed. I do. I love how much time you take into like attention to detail. I hate when a take's over and you just know like, oh, that's not going to come out good. And you know, like, oh, I can't use that for my film reel. And you just feel that like sense of like, oh, what did I get myself into? And now I got to spend the rest of the day here. And it sucks, but you know, you have your good experiences, you have your bad experiences. I showed up to set. I'm not gonna say anyone, but I showed up to set, and this woman is like, she made it seem like it was like this nice like 30-minute kind of shortish film. She comes to set with just her camera. It's like an iPhone 11, no audio, no nothing. I was like, oh, is this for social media? She's like, no, this is a film. And it was just like the audio was horrible. The end result was terrible. I was like, oh my God, like I got to do some like better background checks before going on to set like that. So you take the good with the bad. All experience is good because, you know, you learn your lesson for next time. And so it kind of builds character.
Yeah, it's important to vet and make sure you know exactly what you're getting into. Again, if people, that's why you have to have that social media presence so you can go on and see past work, you know, and things like that so you can compare to see if it is worth your time. Because again, if you're going to give up a full weekend or weekends for months, you want to make sure that, you know, you're really happy with the end result. Mm-hmm. So no, that was all great and insightful too. If people want to find you, to reach out to you so they can potentially work on a project with you, what is the best way to contact you?
You can contact me Instagram messages and stuff. Also, if you want my email as well, I'm sure you could find that like also on Facebook message as well. Message me on Facebook, hit me up. My handle, oh my God, what is my handle for Insta? It's my name, but it's LINDZ, the nerd. And then for Facebook, it's just my name, Lindsey DeLand, and you should see my face come up hopefully. So also I do actually have an IMDb profile, sort of like it was made and there's some listings on there, but I don't know how official any of it is. So you can see my film work on there as well.
That's awesome. And I'll obviously put it all in the description and I flash it up on the screen and all that stuff. So Lindsey, that was awesome. Thanks. I appreciate you coming down and taking the time to be on the podcast.
Thanks for having me.
Stay creative, stay safe. You killed it.
Thanks.